Okay, like I told you in the last clip, now we're going to top sew this little opening so this fabric just stays where it's supposed to stay. And it probably would anyways because we're going to do the casing around it, but just in case it's real close to the corners and I want to top sew it just in case something came frayed or came apart, that it would be reinforced with another seam. And so what I did, I changed my thread to this purple, which matches this really nice, and then I have the black on the other side, on the underneath side, so each side will have its coordinating color. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just start here, and I'm going to leave that tiny little stitch that I had initially, and I'm just going to sew right around the edge, and if you don't feel comfortable sewing that close to the edge, you can move out maybe 1/8 of an inch and sew around it. That's just as good. But I'm going to sew real close, right on the edge of it. There we go. I like to flip it over too to make sure that everything's looking good under there. Yeah, it looks all black here and purple on top. Sometimes if it doesn't look that way, if you have some purple coming through, you might want to adjust your tension. But you know your sewing machine better than I do, so there you go. And just make a little square all the way around it. It makes it look really good when you do this. I want to back stitch it also. Anytime you do any top stitching, you want to make sure you do back stitches because it makes less thread, little pieces of thread hanging off your project. Okay, and now I'm going to switch over and do the other one. Okay. And also on the back of this, we don't even cut any of that excess fabric out. We're just going to leave that all on the inside of the bag. So it gives it extra anchoring when we sew that drawstring casing. And there we go. And now we're almost ready to start sewing the bag itself, the two circular pieces together, and we'll start doing that in the next clip. But for now, let's go ahead and look at what we just made. We just got the two drawstring openings made, and that looks really good. So let's get started on the next step.